Wow. So you are lone wolfing, as we know right now, that you are taking the Minnesota Vikings. That's
I am
fair.
gonna I'm gonna take the Vikings. I'm just missing Rich Eisen's lone wolf captain. Oh!
That's fair. All right, well, stick around, my brother, because I want to get your pick right quick for this the Sunday night matchup between these two teams, the Ravens and the Bengals. Man, Joe, talk to me.
I mean, this game, I know Ravens and Bengals, they were having a little bit of, more so the Bengals were having a problem with the NFL's playoff scheduling based on what happened last Monday in the aforementioned game to the Buffalo Bills. So I am actually curious to see what happens here. I mean, Joe Burrow, it looked like Burrow and Chase were going to start going off, and Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins and Joe Mixon on the Bills. And that game really would have been a game to determine the 2 seed in this game. So it could have very easily been Cincinnati versus Miami. And in that case, I think it really would have the Dolphins looking like TCU if it was Cincinnati versus Miami. But the real question comes down to the Ravens right now, more so than anything else. This is going to be the 6th straight game, tentatively, as of this recording and the injury report. The 6th straight game that Lamar Jackson is going to miss a game. And Snoop Huntley was on the injury report too. He's been limited. I barely remember their running backs, for crying out loud. Their defense outside of Marlon Humphrey and Calais Campbell, who I don't even think was practicing. I know they re-signed Roquan Smith for 5 years, $100 million. Well-deserved, great player. I'm just trying to find a way for Baltimore to maybe keep this close, but it's hard because their best chance is number 8 throwing it to number 89 and keeping the defenses on their toes. But without him there, Baltimore they're not even a team. And we're talking about a team that was carried by their defense 22 years ago to a championship. So I'm picking Cincinnati to win this game pretty handily. And it's unfortunate that Baltimore is going to go one and done, but I will say this straight up right now. Anybody who says Lamar Jackson is leaving Baltimore is out their freaking minds. The Ravens will be the craziest team on planet Earth to let Lamar walk out that door. They're going to franchise him. He's going to play there for a year, and he's going to go from there. But Cincinnati advances to the divisional
round. Okay, well, I'm going to echo those same sentiments and shout out to our man, the sports reporter without pay, saying no Lamar, no chance. Bengals in the blowout. For me, it's quite simply this. We know what Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and the entire Cincinnati Bengals team is on both offense and defense. They've shown last year that a team can make a transition from 2-15 to whatever their record was last year, then get beat up in the postseason and still find a way to win each and every game to get yourself to the playoffs, including going to Arrowhead and beating Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. He's done it a couple times. Who's to say he won't do it again? Yeah, definitely give me the Bengals in this one. Let me get the rest of the fellas in here as we continue on and get these picks. So, Big Willie, what's up, brother? Talk to me about this matchup, man. Who you like between the Bengals and the Ravens?
I've got the Bengals handedly. No Lamar, no win. Because, look, yeah, you got Roquan, you got Humphrey, and you got Mark Andrews, and you got J.K. Dobbins. But who's throwing the ball? Not Lamar Jackson. He's out. Who you got on the other side throwing the ball? Oh, wait, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow made the Super Bowl his second year, and you got T. Higgins. You got Tyler Boyd. You got Joe Mixon. Oh, wait, they have another guy. Oh, yeah, Jamar Chase. And they have a good defense. And, who do I think's going to win? I got the Bengals by 21. I've got the score. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got the score. 35-14 Cincinnati.
He said 35-14. Wow. Y'all just disrespecting Baltimore. But I can understand and see why. Hey, really quick, for all of our Roku subscribers, everybody who's checking us out on DBTV, man, much love to y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe us on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, and of course, all over the social medias of the Sideline Sports Network. For those of you who are sticking around, as you know, this is what we do. We going into overtime. But for all of our Roku subscribers, appreciate the love. We will talk to y'all next week. All right, for those hanging out with us as we continue on, I got my man John, my man Will, my man Denzel, and then in the back, I got my man Talent Master Jay holding it down for us. So you heard from me, you heard from Big Willie. Denzel, let's get back to this matchup, my brother. You know what it is. It's Cincinnati. It's Baltimore Ravens. It's an AFC North divisional matchup, wild card weekend. My man, who you like?
Most definitely take the Bengals for me. First of all, you're talking about a team who was literally one play away from being Super Bowl champions. If Joe Burrow's line holds up for 1 or 2 more seconds, Jamar Chase had Jalen Ramsey smoked for the winning touchdown. And you know what? I'll just say this much. Even if Lamar was playing, still give me the Bengals in a decisive game. I don't trust that defense. They've blown too many games. It's been the same old all year long. I just did not trust the Ravens this year. Lamar's still amazing. He still is. But I just didn't trust the Ravens this year at all, But, yeah, give me the Bengals. I'm going to say 28-14. I'm not going to be so harsh about it as Will was. I'd say 28-14, but the 14th, the second touchdown for the Ravens is going to be a garbage time TD. So,
all right, let's hear from a man who knows the AFC North, because his team is the Miami Dolphins, but he lived pretty close to Bmore. So, John Shear, talk to me, brother.
Yeah, I mean, you guys forget that these guys are division rivals, and the Ravens owned them before all these injuries last year, before all these injuries this year. The Ravens own this team. They know how to beat Joe Burrow. I mean, Joe Burrow struggled with them at the beginning of his career when the Ravens were healthy. He struggled with them. So you can't knock the Ravens. I mean, they didn't have J.K. Dobbins last week. They still give the Bengals a fight. And something that we've seen from the Bengals is that they have a lot of lulls. There's times where they just kind of let the foot off the gas. And that's something that I have a problem with the Bengals is they do that. And John Harbaugh is obviously the better coach, in this matchup. I got to go, if Tyler Huntley or Lamar Jackson play, I got to go with the Ravens in an ugly, lower scoring game. I think if the Ravens can keep it 20-21 or less, I think they definitely can win. They're going to want to run the ball, maintain control of the clock, do the time of possession. Keep Joe Burrow off the field is what they're going to do. Remember, Mark Andrews didn't play last week. J.K. Dobbins didn't play last week. So they have a lot of injuries on that team. But if they get a lot of their guys back, which they'll get Dobbins back, this team is dangerous. The defense is playing really well. They were playing bad. The pass defense was bad earlier in the year, but the defense can ball. Roquan Smith just got his money. They got a lot of studs on that defensive side of the football. And, I mean, don't forget that the Bengals have trouble protecting Joe Burrow when he comes to pass the ball. So, and the Ravens can get after the quarterback. I'm going Ravens in an ugly, low-scoring game. I know that sounds crazy, but this is the black and blue division for a reason. This is the AFC North where they beat each other up. They don't often kill each other in this division. Typically, these games are these are dog fights. These are bloody dog fights where they get into fights in games. There's a lot of pushing and shoving. Look out for the Ravens in this one.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, that concludes the Sunday night matchups. We're going to take one last break. When we come back, we talking about the Monday night wild card weekend matchup between Tampa Bay Buccaneers and that team in Texas not named the Texans. But we're going to show some love to our man Big Guard and his entire crew over there at Say What. We'll be back in 30 seconds.